Hi there, Irene here from Sugary Doo. It is time for our 4th week in quilting the 1-2-3 quilt along. We are going to quilt tree 7 and 8. And we're going to work with these two rulers. So I am using a wavy ruler, and I picked the smallest one from the Every Wave ruler set by Amanda Murphy, and I'm using the smallest ruler. And I am also going to use a mini Lollipop ruler, and I've picked a circle one, but you can use just one of the shapes. If you have this ruler set, you can mix and match, so you can use different ones, or you can pick your favorite. So those are the rulers that we are going to use today. And well, we'll just get started, and then while quilting I'll give alternatives just in case you don't want to play with rulers today. Let's start quilting! On tree 7 we are going to make a ribbon, and we're doing that by quilting a wave and then putting this on a little offset, and then quilting this twice, so that will create a ribbon. And for that I'm going to put some markings on my tree. So I am placing my 45-degree angle on a ruler on a tree, and then mark this line. So then I need to decide on how far apart I'm going to quilt these, and my wavy shape is, well, it will create about 1/2 inch of a wave, and or 1 inch of a wave. So I am going to put the lines 1.5 inch apart. There we go, all marked. And then we'll just start by quilting one of these wavy shapes, and then I'll get back to you to how to plan where to place your offset. With this wavy ruler, you will place your marking on this black line over here. So you can see that that kind of continues with the line on the ruler continues on my marking. So now we want to offset our ruler, and we want to move back in that direction while quilting. And what we want is to move the ruler to this side 1/4 inch, and also to that side 1/4 inch. So I am just going to move my foot a little bit over the edge. And what you want to see is that let me take my pen to point this out. So from here to our quilted line, this is 1/4 inch, so when it's meeting. But then we don't have an offset in this direction yet. So now we have 1/4 inch offset in this direction, but we also want to move in that direction. So what you want to do is you want to move in that direction so that your ruler is lining up with this line over here. So your ruler is going to touch the line over here, and it's going to touch the line over here. So we're moving in this direction and then in that direction. So I'm just going to turn and show you again so that it's clear how you should move your ruler. So this is how we ended. So there's 1/4 inch spacing between my quilted line and the ruler, and now you move your ruler to the line so that your ruler on this point is meeting that line, and then you're just scooping it over a little bit. Maybe that's not 1/4 of an inch, but you're scooping it over a little bit so that those lines are touching. And then let's start quilting and see what that looks like. So the idea is that on this side you will now have 1/4 of an inch spacing, because that will mean that those lines line up. And that's the most tricky part of this design. So as you can see here, my lines almost line up. So you want to have your tops and bottoms of the wave meeting the line. And then here there should be from here to there 1/4 of an inch, so that the quilting lines will meet on here and there and there. And there we go. See, now it's meeting up over there. And that will give us that wavy feeling, or not that wavy feeling, that kind of ribbon feeling to it. So let's see, how should we position it now? I think I should move a little bit further. Yes. There we go. So this is kind of eyeballing. If this is a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch or a little bit less, it should be 1/4 of an inch. There we go, all the way to the other side. So this is the ribbon that we made. And now you can move to your next line and start a new ribbon from there. There we go, that is 1/2 of the tree done. So I'm just travel stitching towards the other side. And then I can start my new ribbon over here. So as you might have noticed, I'm kind of going a little random on where my waves are. I see that the bellies of the waves are meeting over here. That wasn't intentional, so probably when I would do a lot it would vary a little bit, but I wasn't planning on doing this. So you can make that random. So here you also see this belly, it doesn't match over here. So yeah, you can bring order in your pattern by really matching them up, or you can just make it random. And I think to make it extra random, I'm now just going to do an intentional wave of not making the belly here. So let's see how that looks with my starting position here. Yeah, that looks different than this one. So now we get closer to the tree trunk. I need to decide on what to do. And I think in this case I'm just going to go back and finish this part of the tree first. And then after that doing this tiny piece, because this is the only part on this side of the tree that I need to do. When you're looking for a alternative for this design, then you could go for free motion quilted waves. So then you could go for a single wave and challenge yourself by making a marking and then trying to see if you can make your wave consistent around that line. So that is something that you could do with free motion quilting. When you would want to do this with straight line quilting, you can either make a saffron, maybe you want to do a double chevron, and that's the word. Yeah, something like that, or take a look at my 100 and or 101 free quilting designs, straight line quilting designs. I have a free ebook on that, and I will link it in this video. But that's our ribbon. That is tree 7. Let's continue to tree 8. For tree 8 we are going to work with a lollipop ruler, and I am going to use a circle one, but you have different shapes, so you can pick whatever you like best. And this design that we are going to make. If you don't have a lollipop ruler and you do have a straight ruler, you can make this design. So here you go along a straight line that makes some squiggles, straight line again, squiggles. So yeah, this is also a very fun version. It looks very structured, but also very creative and unique because you make squiggles with free motion quilting. So pick either one and make whatever you love best. It is your quilt after all. But I am going to make this one and demonstrate how to make it. Here is my tree 8, and I decided to start in the center. So I'm going to start the center of my tree trunk and then move up from there so that I have one line centered in the middle of my tree. So there we go. I'm going to start at the center top of my tree trunk. Now this lollipop ruler has a little split where your ruler foot exactly fits. So I am just going to start, well, somewhere. You can start here and move up a long way, but I'm just going to bring my ruler down a little bit. Then let's see, how can I show you best? I think from the side angle you can see better what I'm doing with my ruler here. There we go, that's better, right? So let's move up until you are inside the shape. Then you are going to place this little thingy up against the ruler foot. And now I'm going to make a circle and a half circle. And we also practiced this with I think it was tree 4A, right? Yeah, I think so. So now we made our first circle, and then we can move our ruler up and line up that black circle with the circle that we quilted. And now I noticed that it would have been nice if I've made a guideline in the center, because, well, you need to position this the right way. So I think I'll first line it up over here so that I know I'm going to make a straight line. So now I'm going to position it over here, and then I know that my next circle, this one, is going to be placed in the correct spot. So as you can see here, you already see in black the markings of the next circles that we're going to make next to this line. So that really helps you to place your ruler in the correct position. Yeah, time to make a circle and a half circle. There we go. Moving one up. Just eyeballing this a little bit. And then last a little bit up. There we go. So now I need to move to the side and then make my way back down. So let's move this direction. Then we need to know, of course, so I'm going to turn my ruler upside down. Then this black circle needs to be lined up with this one. So just moving to the side, I'm going to place my ruler like this. So I'm going to use this as a guide to help me move to the side. So I'm lining up my line over here, moving to the side until I get in the center here. So now I know that I've moved to the left the correct distance, and then I can line up this black circle and this black circle. See? There we go. So let's quilt our way down. So I have now lined up this black line with my previous quilted line, and then I can move to the center. Then I know that I'm in the correct starting position. Then lining up one of the circles over here and this circle. So then continue stitching. So now I got to the other side of the tree trunk. I need to eyeball a little bit where this circle is going to get. So the reference point that I have is this line, and that needs to be on the center of my tree trunk. And then I have these two dotted lines and these two dotted lines, and those need to be at the top and bottom of this circle and top and bottom of this circle. So I guess this position looks kind of okay. So let's make a circle here. There we go. Going to turn this and continue stitching. Oh no, I can see now that I missed half a circle over here. No big deal, but in the end you probably won't notice it anymore, but there should have been also half circle over there. So moving to the side again. And you can use this as a reference to know where you need to start. So I line up this line already with the previous sewn line, and then I just need to move until I get to the center of my ruler again. And if you're wondering what this little thingy does, it just closes up the shape. So it's not that I'm pushing against it or anything to put my ruler foot in place. It's just to close the gap so that also at the bottom here you have a nice rounded shape. There it is. Also tree 8 is done with the Lollipop ruler. So if you don't have any rulers and also want to make this design, just try to free motion it. You will have to mark probably these vertical lines. Then you can make those straight-ish lines with which we started in tree 1, and then make a little squiggle. And then your lines won't be super straight, but organically straight-ish would also be an option. So yeah, that is tree 8, and the tree that we started with, tree 7. So fun designs, and so 2 fun designs to making your trees with rulers. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're making, what you're quilting, and how you're getting on with your 1 2 3 quilt along. Please share your progress on Instagram or on Facebook with the hashtag 123QAL, and I would love to see your work. Happy quilting, and see you next week. Bye!